Hello aspirants, welcome to GS Core. I am Ashutosh and let's see the daily current affairs through MCQs. Okay, so we have 5 topics for today. The topics to be covered today are the Curative Petition, Mascon, Hepatitis, ABC, General, Relativity, Time Dilation and Timekeeping. That was a news. And AI Singularity, that's a concept, the hypothetical concept, AI Singularity. So based on these news topics, we are going to see the MCQs based on the theme of the topic, and we'll also see some concept where it was necessary. First of all, let's see the topic number 1, that is the curative petition. So basically this was in news due to the news last day that a curative plea of Delhi Metro Corporation, that is the DMRC, against the judgment by 2021 by Supreme Court. It has asked to review the judgment, asked for a curative petition, and by that judgment the direction to the DMRC to pay approx 8,000 crore to Delhi airport, etc., were nullified by Supreme Court. So that's why this was in news, and we have taken a question on that. So let's see the which of the following is not a ground for filing of the curative petition. So basically, what is curative petition? Okay, the curative petition is well defined by Supreme Court in the case known as Rupa Ashok Hura versus Ashok Hura. In this, the Supreme Court has given an aggrieved person an enlightened relief after the passing of the original judgment. So basically 3 stages are there. When the plea is filed, Supreme Court gave the judgment. So after that judgment, if the aggrieved party is not satisfied, he can apply for the review petition. And even after the review petition, if he is not satisfied due to the question of law, some misconception of justice, the abuse of the judicial process, the violation of natural justice, he can apply for the curative petition. So this is the final appeal in the Supreme Court, you can say that. So it is the any relief against the final judgment of the Supreme Court even after the dismissal of the review petition. It means it is the curative petition. So concept is basically derived from Article 137, which has given the power to review, the power to Supreme Court to review its judgment and orders. Okay, Supreme Court can do the review of a judgment and orders. This was also a PYQ. So basically the concept of curative petition. Okay, so based on that, which of the following is not a ground of a curative petition? So violation of the principles of natural justice, yes, it is one of the grounds. That if the principles of natural justice, it means the main nature of justice is not satisfied, if it is being violated, okay, so you can apply for the curative petition. The question of bias against the presiding judge, this can be a proper ground for that matter, because if the judge is biased with some prejudices or misconceived notions, so the judgment might suffer, it might violate the spirit of that constitution, the natural justice, etc. So that's why on that ground the curative petition can be filed. But whenever you are filing the curative petition, the grounds must be specified and they must satisfy the above criteria. Abuse of the process of court, yes, it is one of the criteria. So basically the fourth number, the D, that is a disagreement with the judgment. Only being a disagreement with the judgment without any other 3 bases will not satisfy the ground for filing of the curative petition. So that's why D is incorrect here. Okay, so curative petition may be filed after a review plea against the final conviction is dismissed, and a 5-judge constitution bench, that is the CB, recognized the curative petition as the final remedy to reconsider the dismissed review petitions. Okay, so grounds are violation of natural justice, question of bias, and abuse of process of court. Let's see the second number topic we have. Second number topic is Mascons. Okay, this Mascon was in news because this Mascon affects the flow of time. Basically, it affects the flow of time on moon, which necessitate the placing of 3 atomic clocks on moon. ठीक है, for a standard time for a moon surface they can place a few atomic clock to read the time more accurately. ठीक है, so atomic clocks are designed to measure the precise length of second, the base units of modern timekeeping. Okay, and the in fact the atomic clocks, okay, these clocks measures device that uses the internal resonance frequency of atoms or molecules to measure the passage of time. ठीक है, so atomic clocks, ठीक है, they uses basically the internal resonance frequency of atoms or molecules to measure the passage of time. So basically they do this precisely these things. So that's why they were of the opinion that due to the effect of the Masson, which affects the flow of time on the moon, that's why atomic clock has been placed. So based on this concept, let's see the questions here. Which of the following best describe the concept of Mascon? Okay, which of the following best describe the concept of Mascon? Mascon basically, if I tell you, it's a gravitational anomaly. So basically Mascon is a gravitational anomaly or irregularities, you can say anomaly or irregularities, and found on mainly celestial body but particularly on the surface of the moon, and it is caused due to the dense subsurface beneath the main surface. हमारा अर्थ है तो हमारे अर्थ के जो नीचे होगा उसको कहेंगे हम subsurface. So basically the dense subsurface material as dense rock, or you can say some metals, these are present in the subsurface. So that's why it is mainly a gravitational anomaly which is caused due to the dense subsurface materials like rocks and metals, and these anomalies can basically affect, and what they can do, they can affect the orbit of spacecraft, affect the orbit of spacecraft. Okay, and that's why they are more interesting thing for a planetary exploration. So basically Mascons were first discovered on moon during the Apollo mission. फर्स्ट इसकी जो डिस्कवरी थी वो कहाँ हुई थी? अपोलो मिशन जो था उस टाइम में उसकी ये डिस्कवरी हुई थी. So on the Apollo mission this has been discovered that the Mascon affect the orbit of spacecraft and cause variation in the gravitational field, and that's why understanding the Mascon is very crucial for accurately predicting the trajectories of, okay, they are very crucial for, if you say this is very crucial for predicting the trajectory of spacecraft, predicting the trajectory of spacecraft. So basically importance of Mascons, and they are primarily associated with the moon, but some of the Mascons have also observed on other planets like Mars and Earth's moon. Okay, so let's see the statement based on that which of the following best describe the concept of Mascon. If you anywhere get the best describe means that which of the following give an accurate and optimal description of the concept, that will call the best describes. Okay, at times you might get sufficiently, it means among the four options which are sufficient to describe a concept, not can be best but sufficient enough. So a type of exotic particle found in the astrophysical phenomena, okay, not an exotic particle. A region on Mars unknown for its unusually high concentration of volcanic activity, it is not a volcanic activity. A gravitational anomaly on celestial bodies caused by dense subsurface material. As I told you, yes, they are caused by the metals and the dense rocks, so they are the subsurface material, and they are the gravitational anomaly which causes some kind of some kind of the effect on the orbit point of the spacecraft, and they are most importantly for accurately predicting the trajectory of a spacecraft and planning the missions to celestial bodies. So of course C will be the answer here. Okay, next see the concept we have. The concept was regarding the hepatitis. The next news in hepatitis, and why this was in news, because of the critical observation by the WHO. So basically WHO has recently in its global hepatitis report, so WHO's global hepatitis report, and that report had shown that the 11% of the global hepatitis burden in 2022, that is approx 35.3 million cases being registered in India. So Bharat ke andar we have that 11% of the global hepatitis burden in 2022. Okay, and we have the maximum number of deaths since. So we have the maximum number of death also due to the hepatitis since 2019. So these are the basic information that why it was in news, so that made the hepatitis important part of that. So basically the WHO has also absorbed a few more things, that beside that 11.6% of the cases in the 2022 itself, the country, the India is only ranked second after the China. It only ranked second after China, and these both contribute approx 83.8 million cases in 2022. Okay, so let's see the statements here. We have hepatitis, heavy alcohol. Number one, heavy alcohol use, toxins, some medications, and certain medical conditions can cause hepatitis. Yes, it is correct. Besides, hepatitis is mainly a kind of virus. It is caused by the virus infections. Okay, it is mainly caused by the virus infection. They are all the viral infection that affect the liver. Okay, and they mainly affect the liver, and each of the type of hepatitis, that is the A, B, C, are caused by different viruses. But basically at times the use of toxins, alcohols, medications, and over medications and certain medical conditions like weak immunity can affect the liver, and it can also contribute towards the causing of the hepatitis B. Okay, so hepatitis B mainly occurs in the areas where we have poor sanitation or hygiene practices. Okay, and hepatitis B and C, they are mainly caused by the shedding of the needles, unprotected sexual activities, or the contaminated blood transfusions. So these are the causing for the B and C, and A is mainly caused by, of course, these activities and by the viral infections. Okay, by the viral infections also. Okay, so heavy alcohol use is one of the cause for that matter. Number two statement, hepatitis C is preventable through vaccination. No, it is not yet preventable through vaccinations. We have the vaccine for A and B. Keep in mind, we have the vaccine for A and B, but we don't have the vaccine for C number, because the while vaccines have for A and B, C के लिए कोई vaccine नहीं है. And why? Because it is mainly spread through blood contact. Okay, जो या तो ड्रग को इंजेक्ट करते वक्त या ट्रांसफ्यूजन के वक्त जो ब्लड का होता है उसमें ये आपका हो सकता है आपको. ठीक है, सो 2 is incorrect. Why? Because we don't have the vaccination. If you remember in the childhood, you get the vaccine for hepatitis B and A, but you don't get the vaccines for C yet. Okay, so 1 is correct, 2 is incorrect here. Third statement, India accounted for 11.6% of the world hepatitis cases in 2022. If you have read the report, I have highlighted here. So 1 and 3 are correct. So B will be the answer here. 1 and 3 are only correct. So how many of the correct में क्या आ जाएगा आपका? B. Only 2 are correct here. ठीक है. So it is a great burden for India now that you have to do something. A और B का ज़्यादा vaccination बढ़ाओ, और C के लिए we have to be more productive, and we have to follow the very conservative and orthodox method in terms of the application of blood transfusions and prevent the unprotected sex, etc., and heavy use of alcohol and other medications without any good prescription, because they can affect the liver. Next question we have, question number 4. Basically, this was in news. okay, with regard to the time dilation and general relativity. So both concepts were in the news by the due to the NASA, which plans to introduce, basically NASA plans to introduce the coordinated lunar time for the moon to deal with time dilation. So basically, if we have to see the concept here, what is the time dilation? Okay, so time dilation is a fundamental concept in both special and general relativity. Okay, and it is a consequence mainly of the Einstein theory of special relativity, where time appears to pass slower for the objects in motion. तो जो ऑब्जेक्ट मोशन में होगा उनके लिए टाइम appears to pass slower in relative to a stationary observer. ठीक है, so the time appears to pass slow, उनके लिए pass बहुत slow से होगा. The time appears to pass slower for objects in motion. अगर कोई object motion में है उनके लिए time would like they काफी slowly time pass हो रहा है in motion relative to a stationary observer. जो यहाँ पे स्थिर होंगे, स्टेशन होंगे, उनके लिए it will be much faster than the one who is observing in a motion. ठीक है, so time dilation is a fundamental concept in both special and general relativity, where the perception of time differs between the observers. ठीक है, it will differ between the observer in different state of motion in the gravitational field. ठीक है, so it is the difference in the elapsed time as measured by two clocks. So either because of the relative velocity between them, ठीक है, and the special relativity, or a difference in the gravitational potential between their locations. ठीक है, so let's see the statement 1 and 2 here. One says that time dilation occurs when an object is moving at a relativistic speed, where time appears to pass slower for the moving object compared to a stationary observer. Yes, true statement. General relativity predicts time dilation in gravitational field. Yes, true, where time runs slower in stronger gravitational field compared to the weaker one. Well, both are correct. Okay, these both statements are correct, but however, this is not the correct explanation for the one. It cannot define it correctly, so that's why answer will be the B, that statement 2 is not the correct explanation for statement 1, as according to the general relativity, the gravitational time dilation occurred due to the warping off of space-time. Wrapping of space-time by massive objects, causing time to run slower in a stronger gravitational field. That's why this 2 is not the correct explanation, as it says that general relativity predicts time dilations, but it is the wrapping up of the space. It is according to general relativity, the gravitational time dilation occurs due to the warping up of the space time by massive objects, causing time to run slower in the stronger gravitational field. Okay, so B is the correct answer here. Next question we have, the last one, AI singularity. This is basically a hypothetical concept. The concept deals with that there will be a condition in which the machine will become more intelligent than the humans. That's why we have the singularity is the hypothetical idea that machines will become the more intelligent than humans, potentially erasing the distinction between human and computer. Yes, it is true. The singularity says the concept of AI singularity proposes a future where the artificial intelligence, the AI, will become so profound and that it can surpass the human intelligence, that can have a potential dangers to the societal and existential implication. It raises the question about the consciousness, that what will the consciousness that will guide the machine's ethics and a control in a world where machine possesses cognitive abilities beyond the human comprehension. So that's why the AI singularity is an evolving concept and it basically is a futuristic concept. इसका फ्यूचर में एप्लीकेशन होगा, फ्यूचरिस्टिक कॉन्सेप्ट है ये. ठीक है, and the term singularity was popularized by a mathematician known as and a science fiction who was known as the Werner Wing, and it was given in the 1980s basically, and was further explored by, this concept was further explored by Ray Kurzweil. Okay, so AI singularity is a concept which talks about that in a future where AI will surpass the human. Turing test is the most effective tool to test the AI singularities. Turing test is a specific benchmark for evaluating the capabilities of AI. It can evaluate, Turing test can evaluate the capabilities of AI, not the singularity. Okay, it is for the capabilities of AI. Turing test is a specific benchmark for evaluating the capabilities of AI systems, while the singularity is a more speculative concept and wide-ranging concept that deals with the potential long-term consequences of AI. So Turing test is not a perfect measure of intelligence. Basically, it only tests the capabilities of the machine's ability to exhibit the intelligent behavior and does not consider other factors such as the consciousness or the self-awareness, which is the deal with the self-awareness, which deals with the AI. Okay, I hope the concept is clear to you. So we'll see you in the next session. Thank you very much. Take care. So basically answer will be of course A1 here, A1. Okay, so let's see you again. Thank you.